coming to you from Reason Alliance Media. This is episode 21, The Sequels Strike Back. I'm Miss B. Haven.
And I'm Demanda Wright.
And we're promoting secular feminism.
This week, the podcast has officially reached the drinking age.
Yay!
We're not sponsored by Bookers and Bakers and all the whiskey makers. We also have for Feminism 101, Debating Feminism Part 2. The titillating topic is Part 3. This is getting very complicated. Part 3 of Politics of Perversion. And Princess Sparkle Farts reappears in Operation Thespian.
This won't be like the prequels.
Prequels are disappointing. Do you know what happens during an interlude?
You guys have waited way too long.
Yes, I invented it.
Okay. It's time. Are we starting now?
Yes.
Okay. It's time for Feminism 101, when Princess Sparkle Farts' luminescent flatulence helps you navigate the mysterious, murky, malcontented world of
Man-haters.
Yes, yay.
Bastards.
In this episode segment, I continue to use Hekman's entry on feminism and the Routledge companion to critical theory. All of that sounds much more serious than I feel right now after several shots of scotch.
Nah.
No.
But this is very serious. To present the different varieties of feminism, because it bears repeating. At its core, feminism is a critical reading method. Feminism is a method of reading society, how we are structured and interact, and culture, products of those interactions. I'll pick up from the last segment and discuss postmodernism's influence on feminism. As I've mentioned in a previous episode, postmodernism is often a time designator, not a coherent philosophical project. Most often when people talk about postmodernism in academia, they're referring to the effects of Jacques Lacan and Jacques Derrida and Michel Foucault and all the Frenchies on feminist theory. Hekman compares modernism to postmodernism and generalizes. This is a quote. Modernism presupposes a rational, autonomous subject who attempts to find universal absolute truth. Postmoderns declare this attempt to be at best futile and at worst dangerous. They claim that the absolute truth does not exist and that the subjects who pursue this truth are neither rational nor autonomous. Sexy. The most famous feminists who developed these theories include more Frenchies, Luz Irigaray, Julia Kristeva, Helene Sixou, and Judith Butler. You've heard me mention them in earlier episodes. If asked about the most influential feminist in academia, these people would top that list. I am a postmodern feminist insofar as I subscribe to the valuable corrections of postmodernism that postmodernism provided to modernism, I should say. One, there's a list. There's only two on the list, don't worry.
There's a list? That's my favorite thing.
I know. There's only one. I meant two. I don't know how many I mean. Oh, no.
It's a short list.
This is supposed to be serious. I'm trying to be serious. Number one, absolute truth. A singular God said it, and so it is absolutely true. True does not exist. And two, people are not rational. These aren't radical ideas. And when they are completely discounted, it rather boggles me mind. When feminism is attacked as a derivative of postmodernism, I understand you would think this is because of the heavy influence of the theorist. Oh no. I'm having a bit of slurring.
Is it theories or theorists?
It's theorist. I'm having just a tiny bit of slurring, but we're powering on. Theorist, above on academic discourse, but did you know that there are many feminist critics of postmodernism who argue that postmodernism implies a nihilism that makes it impossible to organize around the term woman, that it isn't conducive to actually improving women's lives. If postmodern feminism isn't for you, there are feminists who you could align yourself with that agree with you. Most third-wave feminists aren't interested in theories at all, or in the theory wars, as they were called, and instead focus on issues of intersectionality and differences, or the variety among women. Megan Morris is one such feminist who makes this claim, and I find some of her critiques really compelling because her ideas derive from a deep engagement with these scholars rather than a lazy dismissal. You might even agree with Christine Hoff Sommers. I rarely do, but you might. And then you'd be an equity feminist, individual feminist, or libertarian feminist, whichever term you prefer. Either way, you're still a fucking feminist. To dismiss this rather long tradition of feminism, or more broadly, identity politics, as James Lindsay and Peter Boghossian call it, once again, in their published piece comparing identity politics to, what do you think they compared it to?
Something alliterative.
No. Do you remember where they said feminism is like a religion?
Oh, Christianity.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now the word privilege equals original sin.
Oh.
This is the new metaphor that they love.
I saw that post.
Yeah. Okay. Again, anything that asks you to recognize your privilege is like a religion. This is what they think. Insert garbly noises here. Yes, those noises. Oh my God, I love you people.
Are we gargling balls right there? That's what that sounded like.
That was teabagging.
Team work.
Original sin balls.
Did you just say
Yes.
team bagging?
Yeah, teabagging.
Teabagging.
Teamwork and teabagging.
Okay, look, we're talking about Lindsay and Boghossian.
Yes.
They write, quote, people often mistake morals as being something monolithic instead of something normative to the societies. Look, there's a bit of slurring again. There it goes.
Uh-oh.
Societies that recognize them. Right on! Lindsay and Boghossian were in agreement. And in fact, this is a recognition derived from a postmodern perspective. Remember when I said that there isn't a singular truth? This lack of singularity implies that morals are products of social interaction and influence the structure and interactions within a society. We're off to a dandy start.
Yes.
Lindsay and Boghossian in the next sentence claim, quote, the mistake isn't surprising. People typically think they are already possessed of the good luck, parentheses, not privilege, to bear largely the right perspective on morals. True again. But here's where we diverge. This last sentence is at the core of what you could call postmodern feminism. A feminism that agrees that there is no monolithic morality, that we are so fortunately rational to participate in. But guess what? L and B for short. L and B include practitioners of identity politics. Feminists too. Feminists as practitioners of identity politics in this statement, when postmodern feminists would absolutely agree with them. Then they go on to employ the specious, ever so specious metaphor. I love specious. Specious metaphor that the concept of privilege is like original sin. I mean, where have we heard this before? Feminism is like religion. Original sin is like privilege. I mean, we need new metaphors.
Yes. New metaphors pronto.
I know. Like creative. Where's the fucking creativity?
We'll start a new department.
So here's the height of their redonkulousness. Quote, I'm going to quote again.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, so here we come to the point. If only someone is more aware of the surety of moral failure into which they are born, then they can feel better about their inevitable unintentional lapses into its reprehensible manifestations. They lack the sound of their words. Moreover, we, the morally righteous rest of us, can be better able to discern their atonements are legitimate, thereby absolving them of the stain of their dereliction, so that they can be welcomed back into the group, flawed but made again unblemished. I have makeup for that. Our question, though, is did we just mean to talk about sin or privilege when we wrote this paragraph? See what we did there? Do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what we did there?
I see what you did there.
It isn't possible to tell because sin and privilege. I just got really southern with it. It is impossible. I feel like a preacher.
Are you selling Merkins now?
Yeah, I am. It isn't possible to tell because sin and privilege are the same concepts,
Preach it, sister.
operating in two different moral universes. Hallelujah. Being born with it makes it original.
Amen.
Amen. This is the same old fucking argument that, hey, feminist, I'm not bad just because I'm a white heterosexual man. Being a WHM doesn't mean I'm born with some type of original sin. Seriously. Fucking seriously. It's not about your emotions, about how you feel, about feeling like people are picking on you. I mean, that's what you're saying here, right? Identity politics makes you feel bad. It does. I mean, we're picking on them. We're bullies.
Are we laughing like we know something they don't?
Well, I don't think we're laughing with them.
Oh, let's carry on. Let's power through before the slurring gets more intense. Privilege, a term that came to prominence through its use by Dr. Peggy McIntosh, a women's studies scholar at Wellesley, in her paper from 1998 called White Privilege and Male Privilege, a personal account of coming to see correspondences through work in women's studies. Did you know that's where the term privilege came from?
I did not.
Well, the concept didn't derive from there, but it sort of gained prominence from her use of it.
Gotcha.
I mean, as far back as like W.B. Du Bois, who was writing about things like privilege, just didn't call it privilege.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, in that paper, she writes a list of 46. Oh no. Oh, there's
46?
the slurring. Yes. 46.
46.
Oh dear. 46 examples, such as, here's one, never being asked to speak for your race as a whole. Like not going up to, say, a Latina woman and saying, what do all Hispanics think?
I have been asked on several occasions, what do all females think?
Oh no, you're slurring
Circumlocutory. I'm good.
too. Okay, circumlocutory.
Yep.
That's the word of the day.
What does female thinks?
What does feminism think?
People don't think it be like it do.
Okay, I have a metaphor.
A metaphor? Oh no.
So
What is a
think
metaphor?
of it this way.
Rev up your engines.
Feminism is like having the wind at your back instead of facing headwinds.
Okay.
No one is trying to make you feel bad that you've had the wind at your back. But we are saying it isn't rational to say that other people just aren't as talented or don't work as hard as you, or they would have achieved what you have. People aren't trying to tell you that you are not as incredibly smart and talented as you think you are. They are trying to tell you that there are other incredibly smart and talented people that would have to overcome headwinds to achieve what you have. As a straight white woman, I have heterosexual and white privilege because those are the majority positions in our society. That means because I'm straight and white, I'm not going to experience things like housing discrimination like someone who is Latina or lesbian might. But this one-on-one comparison of someone to yourself, like I've been doing to try to get you to understand, is also problematic. We're talking about systemic issues. So if a Latina lesbian happened to rent the house you wanted to rent, and you didn't get it because you thought the house owner thought the Latina lesbian was cooler than you, she probably was. This one-to-one anecdotal example does not negate the fact, and here I mean research facts, that there has been systemic housing discrimination against minorities.
If you understand the sailing metaphor, you probably have some sort of privilege.
That was a sailing metaphor. I'm nautical this evening.
Yes, you are.
Naughty and nautical.
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 Keep going.
Okay, I'm focused.
We're on a
now.
roll.
I'm so focused. If you feel that privilege is like an original sin for, quote, contemporary left situated activist. I'm a contemporary left.
Hey, that's us.
Oh my God. I'm settling in. I'm situated. That quote, there is no greater sin than having been born an able-bodied straight white male who identifies as a man but isn't deeply sorry for this utterly unintentional state of affairs, end quote. That was a fucking quote.
I'm doing air quotes, I promise.
Privilege isn't like original sin, something you have to feel bad for. It is like our society treats you like you've won a lottery. You've got a ticket that others don't have. We don't want you not to have it. We just want everyone to have the same ticket. I should clarify. We don't want to win the lottery and be white heterosexual men. We want everyone to be treated with equality systemically, no matter how you're born. It's not fair that being a straight white man is seen as having some kind of ticket that makes you inherently more rational, more authoritative, more, well, you get the point. And you do, because here you write, quote, whether it's perceived worthiness for a bank loan, being treated a certain way by legal authorities, or demarcating a child's academic potential, accidents of birth can prove a dishearteningly unjust barrier or an unsurprisingly undeserved advantage. That was linguistically satisfying.
I'm doing some serious air quotes over
That
here.
was some cunning linguistics.
That's my favorite kind of linguistics.
Mine too.
I'm not focused now.
Focus.
I'm totally not focused. Okay, I'm still quoting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Framing these
Unquote.
issues in terms of privilege, however, here's the big problem.
Privilege.
We're winding up. However, is the wrong way to conceptualize the problem.
Yes.
No.
No,
Miss B, don't agree with him.
I'm agreeing
You're on
with
my
you.
team.
I'm sorry.
This is their quote. This is the bad news part.
I undid my air quotes, but I didn't undo them in my head.
Thank you. The real and appalling issue, of course, is discrimination. This is still them.
Oh, okay.
Don't get confused. The real and appalling issue, of course, is discrimination, both outright and subtler, more insidious forms. Okay, now I'm end quoting. Are you with me?
I'm end quoting vigorously.
I'm going to give you my own however. However, you say left activists do nothing about this discrimination and instead deify minorities. Is that what you're saying, Peter and James? In your words, quote, rather than, this is a quote again, just wait for this one. Rather than combat discrimination head on, many left-leaning activists glorify the challenges associated with the misfortunes of individual identity. We're deifying minorities. That's what we're doing. Or here, quote, where the traditionally religious elevate God, then angels. Like, I can't fucking make this shit up. Where the traditionally, oh God, I can't even say it. It's so hilarious. Okay. And I've been drinking, so. Where the traditionally religious elevate God, then angels, then the saints, and then the rest of us, these identitarians hold sacred, hierarchical order of intrinsic social advantages and disadvantages. They're saying we're fucking deifying minorities.
So, like, trans people are angels?
Yes. Maybe I do believe that. Okay. Or here's another little nugget of wisdom. Quote, oh no, I read that one. Oh, see, this is what you get. I can't see the tiny print when my eyes are crossing from too much scotch. Or here. Okay. Here. I've got it. While we can love the sinner but hate the sin, we seem poorly equipped to love the privilege. Do you remember I'm in a relationship with Peter Boghossian?
Yes.
He doesn't feel loved.
Well,
I have to work on that.
Yeah.
Well, if he acts like that, then he shouldn't be loved.
I have to work on that.
maybe you should go into couples therapy.
I know. We're going to have to. So what you're saying is you don't like the word we're using. Privilege is a bad word. And people who use the word aren't actually doing any activism. People who do activism don't use the word privilege, and people who use the word privilege aren't really doing anything but making you feel bad.
That sounds awfully familiar.
This is really fucked up, isn't it, Miss
Sounds
B?
like all the arguments against using the word feminist.
I'm so glad you said that. This is exactly how I feel.
I'm just sober enough to know that.
I'm proud.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm also not focused now again.
Sorry.
This is a long This is what happens when there's a lot of scotch and tiny
I'll provide
print.
some elevator music.
Okay, good. Oh, okay. I'm focused again.
Okay.
What you are asking for is for people to actively combat discrimination and social inequalities, to recognize that these problems exist without recognizing why they exist. If I say I'm going to work on housing discrimination in my community, how can I get people to recognize and politically coalesce if I don't say, please notice that the people who are discriminated against aren't white or heterosexual or not privileged? How can I get the privileged WHMs to give a damn if I don't point out that the reason that they haven't been discriminated against is because they are WHMs, not because they are somehow just miraculously assumed to be great tenants? Ease up, lefties and feminists. These WHMs are really emotional, and you're hurting their feelings.
Oh, no.
Yes, because when trying to combat discrimination and inequality, what we should take the time to be worried about are their feelings. You've got to understand this, Miss B.
Feelings.
I'll worry more about your feelings because you deserve it, and less about others. Mm-hmm. This is my last post on Boghossian and Lindsay for a while. It has to be.
I doubt that.
You do.
Are we taking
I was drunk when I said it. Doesn't count.
a separation?
I'm separating from Boghossian. Oh no, Peter!
It's only temporary.
At least
I miss
until
you.
the next episode.
I know. It's just there's so much here. Because you know why I started to write about them?
Why?
Because I really thought that these are rational, really thoughtful people. And if I can understand their philosophical position, where they're coming from, then maybe I can work to bridge the divide in the atheist community. Not that I think, I'm going to do this by myself, but I really wanted to understand what their position was, because I did really think these are rational actors with well thought out philosophical positions. And if I can understand them and then compare them to my own philosophical position, then maybe I can find a bridge between them. That maybe I can really understand this divide between SJWs and Dogman's fanboys that exist in the atheist community. So I started this whole project with that in mind. I really wanted to understand what was going on. But guess what I found out instead?
What?
I find that they don't like things being said on the interwebs.
What?
Yep, that's the gist, if you say, yeah.
This is the gist of this.
This is the gist of this. They don't like things being said on the interwebs. The interwebby things hurt their feelings, and so they're lashing out on Twitter and other interwebby things to hurt people because they themselves feel hurt by lefties and feminazis.
It would be on Twitter because I'm the one on Twitter.
Really? This is what I found out. I was searching for rationalism, well thought out philosophical positions, and their feelings are hurt. This is what it amounts to. This does not deserve my attention.
A lot of feelings get hurt on Twitter.
I'm out. These are the guys that are supposedly teaching us, this is a quote from their website about what they do.
Quote, air quotes.
To think through oh no. Drunkenness won't let me say that.
Try it again.
Intractable.
There you go.
Well
There
done.
we go. To think through intractable problems, end quote. That's what Boghossian tells us he's going to do. He's going to teach us to think through intractable problems. I'm calling some bullshit.
Bullshit.
That
But
was
you know
my
what?
bullshit sound.
Very
You know
good.
what I've noticed lately?
What?
That there are actually a lot of feminists in the secular community.
Really?
I've noticed this. Do you know I've listened to The Scathing Atheist now for several years? 2 years. Not several. I need to be accurate about these things. 2 years? Is that how long I've listened to it?
Something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty
2
much
years.
as long as we've known each other.
Yeah, and they've had a segment called This Week in Misogyny.
Mm-hmm. Lucinda?
Feminist.
Interesting.
Lucinda does a segment called This Week in Misogyny.
We
Do you
need
know?
to make friends.
Do you
Wait,
know
I
on-
think we are friends.
Do you know on cognitive dissonance, Tom and Cecil called themselves feminist?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Did you know Seth Andrews from The Thinking Atheist posted on, was it Facebook or Twitter? Facebook, I think. I'm a feminist. Get over it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Can we please
I
get an
knew that.
interview on that
I knew
show?
that.
Would be
Did
amazing.
you know that Aaron Ra just did an interview?
I did know that. I
in
read
which
that
he
interview.
said he was a feminist.
And I'm so
Yes, I
excited
knew
because
that
we
one
might
as
see
well.
him at Reason Rally.
And did you know that
I'm
the
a big
American
fangirl.
Humanist Association now has a feminist humanist alliance?
As well as an LGBTQ humanist alliance and a black humanist alliance.
Exactly.
Which is awesome. Way to go, freaking humanist alliances. I'm so proud of you for standing up for civil rights for all humans.
We're preaching the gospel.
I really appreciate you taking that step because you're going to get a lot of shit for it. So thanks from us.
Yeah. From the real feminists.
We love you guys.
It's time to drink more whiskey now.
And we know a lot of the people who are on your boards. So we're happy that you have them because we love them too.
Do you know who's on the LGBTQ alliance?
I do. Trav and Callie.
I know.
Our bestest friends in the whole world.
Congratulations, Trav and Callie. That's
Right.
fabulous. Do you know who's on the Feminist Alliance?
I don't.
Peanut Data Boy. Is that not very cool?
It is. Somebody's phone is going off. I think it's time for the safe word.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Limes.
With bananas.
Margaritas.
I'm
Good
having
night.
a lime refresher with my scotch.
Merkins.
Bush. Bush.
Bananas and Merkins.
Banana bush.
That sounded fun.
Welcome to Titillating Topics. I'm misbehaving, and I've been drinking a lot of whiskey.
And I think we should rename it. I really don't think you should say titillating.
It's a tit but offensive.
It is. I mean, we really have to respect the breast around here.
Let's get right
We
down
should
to the
rename it.
nipple of it.
Breastilating biopics. Go ahead. On this episode of Breastilating Biopics,
We're renaming feminism.
Feminism.
It's now Fesminism, and it's all about Doctor Who and how great it is.
And this segment is going to be on.
This segment is part 3 of the Politics of Perversion.
Ooh, that sounds naughty.
This is the final segment in this series for now.
Does
There
this-
may be further updates.
Does this segment have gerbils?
No, it's Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
It has Ewoks.
I thought he was going to Jar Jar Binks.
I'm sorry.
Ewoks are even better than gerbils.
Jar Jar Binks is much worse than Ewoks.
It's a little bit more
It's
difficult
been
to get them in
established.
your anus.
It
though.
is known.
It is.
Yes.
I mean, because they're wider.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, but like if you were a race of giants, I bet you could fit the Ewoks.
have
into
you
your
seen me? I
anus.
am a race of giants.
You're Brienne, aren't you?
There were giants on Endor. They were in the Ewok Adventure, which was a made-for-television episode.
Did they
that
put the
came out in
Ewoks in their
80s.
anus?
I thought those were Wookiees.
Not on screen, but I felt it was heavily implied.
Ewok
Especially in the Christmas special.
You know
Ewok
they're
love.
into furries.
Yep. There was one of the alien giants named Richard Gere. I just
This
Did you
has
want us to
absolutely nothing to
interrupt you
do
in
with
your
this
segment?
actual thing. I was hoping we would actually discuss the topic that I'm talking about
What is
in
your
titillating
topic?
topics
You
today.
said Star
no,
Wars.
no.
Breastilating
eh.
biopics.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You did say Star Wars.
So,
You started it.
And Doctor Who all in the same
I
segment.
wasn't the one who brought the Chewbacca mask in here.
Nerds of the world unite.
Okay, so the first time we went over federal obscenity laws, and we talked about pornography and how vague the definition is for what constitutes obscenity.
A very serious problem.
We also talked and laughed about the weird sex laws in our various states. By the way, we got a
And-
response from one of our listeners, Victoria, on Facebook, posted a response to our last episode about the weird sex laws, saying that in Wisconsin, the strange sex-related laws include that the state definition of rape stated that it was a man having sex with a woman he knows not to be his wife. So if you're unsure,
oh wow.
then it's not rape.
Also, if you're not married, it's rape.
Yeah.
Also, if it's between
Oh, sorry. If you're not married, it's not rape.
What?
what?
But
No, because
Miss
rape is a man having sex with a woman he knows not to be his wife. So yeah, if you're not
Yeah, if
married,
you're not married.
fornication is rape in Wisconsin.
Fornication is rape, and any kind of same sex.
So consent has nothing to do with the
Victoria?
definition of rape in Wisconsin.
We're going to promote a line of chastity belts, and we'll send you one.
They're made of fruit roll-ups.
Nom, 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 nom. That's going to be not
In
very
Wisconsin, it is illegal to kiss on a train.
effective. I mean, that's
Somebody
my
got really uncomfortable with like a
favorite way to make
newlywed
out.
couple who was on a train
That's
trip,
right.
and they were like, blah, blah,
There was a
blah,
state
blah."
senator who
and
was
there
like,
was some
"God
guy
damn
who was
it, I'm
like,
sick of this shit."
stupid kids.
wait, does Wisconsin
Oh,
actually
shit.
have trains?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
They have to move their cheese in some fashion.
And beer.
Mr. Ryan.
They also have to move their beer
That's right.
and football team.
That's right.
All right. Yeah, out of the state.
Yep.
Yeah. They're pretty far up there, even
Oh.
for my standards.
Victoria is in Wisconsin, and she's really great.
Yes.
You know how I know?
How's that?
She listens to BSO.
Yeah, she does. I know that.
She's our third listener.
Also, in Wisconsin, adultery is a class 1 felony.
What?
Well, because it's rape.
Felony.
Yes.
Because it's rape.
It's rape.
It sure is. In Wisconsin, adultery is rape.
Well,
This
Holy
is
shit.
bad
Yeah.
news.
So, okay, we talked about all these weird sex laws last time, or a time and a half ago, I guess. All of it seems like a lot of funny shit that you talk about at a party where you're like, oh my God, did you hear that
About
moose
the
can't fuck on the
gerbils?
streets in Alaska? That's so funny.
yes.
But there can be some underlying harm to these kinds of laws, particularly like the one in Wisconsin, which does not define consent when it comes to rape. So those problems, particularly those which define consent vaguely, like in Wisconsin, or which are not consistent with the current cultural definition of consent, There was recently a case in Oklahoma that was in the news where the court actually ruled that state law in Oklahoma doesn't criminalize oral sex with a victim who's completely unconscious.
Yes, I've heard that.
So if you are passed out drunk and somebody molests you
This
Bless your
orally,
mouth.
then
this just got
It wasn't
decidedly
rape.
unfun.
yeah. And that was kind of part of the point
This is a downer.
Ewoks.
And giants.
Ewoks are unfun. You know why? Because they eat people.
Ewoks and giants on a
So-
TARDIS.
While it is funny that there are some crazy sex laws on the books, other unenforceable laws can get put on the books, such as
Moose
things
sex.
like HB2 in North Carolina. For example,
Boo.
there are no methods of enforcement built into the law, very similarly to how there's no method of enforcement suggested for dealing with
Miss B.
moose fucking on the street.
Let's see. What do you think they would do if I went into a public restroom in North Carolina with my Go Girl?
Probably nothing.
Let's find out.
Unless you started
Try it.
giggling halfway through using it, which you likely would.
Because that's after you help me craft it with a longer extension.
Oh. Well, then if
7
you're like,
to 8 inches.
if you're in one stall and peeing in the other, then that's probably bad.
Because I could direct it over the door.
I would suggest under.
Under the door. Oh no, my whiskey.
Amanda's had some whiskey.
Okay, go ahead.
So, that being said, a lot of these weird sex laws that are on the books can be rather harmful, not only because they're unenforceable by our cultural standards currently, but because they can be used to justify court cases that end up with the victim getting blamed for the assault case.
And can I just interrupt this segment 1 minute?
Yes.
I must say that I did knock over my shot glass, but please don't worry about the sound equipment. The shot glass was, of course, empty. There are no victims here.
I am
Please
I am
continue.
also not concerned about the whiskey now. Thank you.
Please continue.
So, with there being no methods of enforcement built into those laws, it seems to me a means of justifying targeting transgender people.
Did you say
or-
target?
Yes. Targeting transgender people for assault or pandering to a conservative fan base. I mean, voter base.
I do that all the time
So,
with target jokes. That's how I pander.
They wouldn't be other religious minority, would they?
having these state laws in place defining rape as something different than the federal definition, I think will likely result in state court cases being escalated to the federal level.
Do you know what I vote? I vote you just edit me out of this entire segment. It's terribly important. And I've just derailed it.
Nearly impossible.
Just edit me right out.
I'm telling you it's nearly impossible so that you won't expect me to actually do the thing that you asked me to do.
Just poof
She's
me
not going
right
to listen
out.
to it anyway.
You know what is entirely possible?
And that poof was flatulence.
That this could all result in a Supreme Court ruling which could nullify the current state laws defining rape or consent. It could come down to that. However, with one Supreme
some
Court
of them
spot
need to
still
be
empty,
nullified, though. Like some of these that
they really do.
they do need to be nullified.
Many politicians at this point seem to be banking on a Trump victory and a conservative nomination for
Did you
Supreme
see
Court.
me follow that logic right there?
Yes, I
Indeed.
did.
I think if Trump is nominated, we're going to get somebody
Trump
like
is nominated.
if he gets elected, then we can expect possibly a circus clown or maybe a dead cat to be nominated for Supreme Court.
No, don't talk about
I figured it
felines
would
that have
be.
passed
I figured
away.
it would be Rush Limbaugh.
Is he a lawyer?
Think of the kittens,
Don't
people.
you have to be a lawyer?
Don't you think it doesn't matter if Trump is president?
No, I did say circus clown. So
Yep.
Yeah.
No one's thinking of the kittens.
Circus clowns could be lawyers for all we know.
Kittens of the world unite.
kittens are just little pussies.
This
But
has
they grow
nothing
into
to
be
do with
bigger
my
pussies.
segment at all.
Just interrupt.
Feminist fucking podcast, people.
Yes, we're
This is
fucking
not a
feminist
feminist fucking podcast, or else we would be doing much more interesting things right now.
Well, what do you think that we as feminists should do about this egregious problem, Ms.
I know.
B?
Ask me.
Okay, Demanda, what do you think we should do about this?
You should contact your state representatives if you're in North Carolina and tell them that you oppose HB2 and
And
you
other
should
such
not
ridiculous,
Yes.
unenforceable laws.
in other states. And then you should vote so that Trump isn't elected and we don't get whack-a-doo-doos on the Supreme Court.
Something you also could do to help such things is to elect
Whack-a-doodle-doos.
somebody who has committed themselves to opposing victim blaming in rape cases.
Do you know what a whack-a-doodle-doo is?
I don't. Please explain.
That's when you Yankee your wanky, but you won't admit it.
I'm a Yankee.
No.
Do I Yankee my wanky by nature?
Yankee the wanky.
Not a Yankee yanking their wanky.
It could be, but it's a Yankee who
That's a
Yankee their
Yankee doodle.
wankies, but won't admit it.
You're a
That's
Yankee.
the key.
Yes, you're a Yankee doodle. If you're a Yankee who's yanking your wanky, won't admit it.
Then you just be a Yankee Doodle
no, if
dandy.
you admit it, you can be a Yankee Doodle. The won't admit it turns you into a wackadoodle.
You're a Yankee Doodle dandy if you're a Yankee who's yanking your doodle and won't admit it, and you're-
calls the feather in their hat macaroni.
and you're
How do you know it's not the
effeminate man.
horse?
Indeed.
And there's gerbils.
Do you know that macaroni actually was a term for fashionable?
Yes.
That's why.
But did you not think that they also talked about the horse? He called it macaroni.
Yeah. The horse was
And-
also fashionable.
Wackadoodle.
Whack-a-doodle. Cool whip.
This was an excellent segment.
It was.
Yeah. Wait, we're being
I knew
serious.
everybody else's things were going to be long, and I was
Don't-
like, I'll
don't
just
get
make
your-
it short.
Don't get any wackadoodles on the Supreme Court. and now
Because-
you know exactly what that is.
Depressing subjects are depressing.
You can just edit me right out.
But although it is a depressing subject, it is
It's an
not an
important one.
intractable
It is a very one.
subject. Pulling that word from earlier, full circle.
Tractable.
It is a. It is
We
something
need a
that
sound effect every time you're a cunning linguist.
indeed
Circumlocutory.
That's the sound effect.
It is something that can be fixed, that can be repaired, that can be made better.
Yes.
And if we all work together
Work together.
with our Coca-Colas, then we can make it a better world.
Feminist of the world.
Another good way to do that would be to actually vote in the next elections for
As-
people in
Hey, I
the
said
House
that.
and
Exactly.
Senate and your states who will be more sex positive in their legislation.
Yeah.
And that's something important to pay attention to when you're deciding who to vote
All
for,
politics is local.
instead of voting for people based on their names.
I don't appreciate when it's in my vagina.
Yeah.
Keep the wackadoodles out of your doodles.
I just hope that there's not a point
That
at
wasn't a
which
good one.
there's like
No, it wasn't.
security
It was
This is why
cameras
you don't
in
get to
my
do
badge.
that at the end of
That's
the
why I don't
episode.
try.
You
Keeping
guys
the
missed my
wires out of your
1984
vaginas.
conspiracy theory.
Give it, what was it again?
What?
I just hope that
Miss
there
B, this
doesn't
is your
come a
segment.
future where I have a security camera in my badge.
But remember, there's
You
so
know
much going
it's what
on
we're leading
there.
up to.
And a cage of rats on your head.
Yep.
Okay, but there is a time when that happens. Because you have the forced ultrasounds, right?
Yes,
That
that's
was like
true.
pretty
prior
much
to the
exactly that.
That's
abortion.
Yeah.
exactly right.
So-
Yeah, so vote against the people who voted for that shit.
Absolutely.
Please.
Why are we now talking about excrement? I'm so confused.
Because they're excrement craniums.
Because they voted for that shit.
Indeed.
And we voted for McCrory.
And
well,
it's all
we didn't,
stupid shit.
but people in our state did. And we really want to get rid of HB2, so please help us.
So, suck my clitoris.
Okay.
Yes. I think it's time for bananas now.
Bananas and Demanda's clitoris.
Suck my clit.
And eat my shit.
Oh, no!
Well done.
No,
Well done.
right
Nice
across
rhyme.
the line.
Never go ask him out.
That is right across
Never
the
go
line.
estimate.
Like, if there's a line, Mr. Right,
I mean,
like,
unless you're into that, but I mean, just
2 feet over it.
clean the area really, 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 really well.
That's why
If
you do it
if you
in the
have
shower.
To do that, just because
I'm
I don't
having a
recommend it.
chill.
There
Up
you
my
go.
spine. Are we off air?
We've got to be at this point.
Can I stop being funny now?
Signing your name in pee in the snow.
Okay, see, I thought about that. And you know what? It's
Of course you did.
it's shaped so that it conforms to your business.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a funnel, but it's only sort of the shape of a regular sized, like, kitchen funness. So it seals on to your vagina if you hold it in the right direction.
Right.
But then it's only got this little spout. Like, I need like 7 or 8 inches. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not a little teapot.
No. Like, if I want to get over the balcony and spray from my porch, like, we have a lot of porches in the
Like,
South.
too bad.
You know? Like a good 7 or 8 inches, and I feel like I'd be good.
That's
Yeah.
what we all say.
I know. So I'm going to get myself a Go Girl. And then I can add like tubing to it. Can you help me craft my FUD?
Okay.
My female urination device.
I like how I just agree to crafting whatever it is.
Can we just call it Elmer?
Oh, yeah. My
Help me
female
craft my Elmer.
urination device.
We'll have to start doing like
My Elmer.
kinky craft with Miss B, and
No, but
I'll
think
start
about this.
doing kinky crafting.
I'm too old. Nobody calls
Like, if you put this thing in your purse
We understood that reference.
after you've urinated, you're carrying around your pee-pee.
Yeah.
They say it's very sanitary and you can just throw it away. You can do it, but you have to buy a lot of them if you're just going to throw it away every time you
That's
tingle.
true. But that's the same with like K-cups.
Okay. That's true. But I just can't see reusing it.
Well,
I
it
can't
comes in
see.
its own little carrying case too.
Oh, I should read this.
You should probably read it. Look at it.
Simply put, Go Girl is the way to stand up to crowded, disgusting, distant, or non-existent bathrooms. It's a female urination device that allows you to urinate while standing up. It's neat. It's discreet. It's hygienic.
Look on the backside.
It slant rhymes.
Look on the back. There's a backside.
I got a picture on there somewhere.
Oh, here's the picture.
Yeah, it actually, no, that's the diagram.
There's a difference between a diagram and a picture. This is very technical. I just want to pee.
I just want to sign my name in
Look,
the snow.
I can
Is
see
that
the
too
picture
much
from
to
here.
ask?
What is this?
Right there.
Okay.
There's
Can
the carrying
you-
case.
There's a container.
Can you see the female urination device from your house?
There's,
Not if it's stuck in the right area.
and guess what, everybody? It's pink.
Oh no.
Yes.
Why?
Well,
Is it
Feminist reasons.
right? Why can't it just be like
so I'm pro Go Girl, and I
Nude.
think everyone
Clear.
should go get a Go Girl, but I do think they need to be green and they need to have longer spouts. That's just, a fan.
I am so far
asking for
completely in
modifications.
agreement with those modifications.
Okay.
That way you can turn it around and use it the other way.
Yeah.
Enough about
You could pee on
vajangos
somebody from behind.
and urinating.
Not what I was thinking.
Hey. Hey, we're out. We're out. We're out.
That's not the safe word.
Bananas.
Bananas.
Out of the mists of legend and myth, with a sparkling giggle and a farcical flatulence comes Princess Sparklefarts, a new heroine for a new age. A young secret agent for the imagination's Royal Intelligence Bureau, sworn to uphold all that is right, true, and equitable. She is Secret Agent Princess Sparklefarts! Princess Sparklefarts, normally in her natural form as a winged and farting unicorn, has used her magical shape-changing abilities to transform herself into the likeness of a sexually appealing woman in order to investigate the strange human beings of the non-magical variety. Going by what she thinks is an average human name, Brownie Two Arms, we join our shape-changing heroine, who is now a top model for superfacial model management, looking to expand her knowledge of the wealthy and beautiful Homo sapiens, as well as diversify her portfolio. Brownie has decided to become a thespian.
Wait, so I exclusively like girls now?
Thespian, not lesbian.
Ah, so I'm lower class. Wait, how does that work? I'm a rich and popular model, I thought.
Thespian, not plebeian.
Ah, is that the ethnic group that originated in Sudan and Egypt?
Look, that's Nubian, not Thespian.
Which one is Thespian again?
You're an actor, okay?
Oh. Well, why didn't you just say that? You're just being circumlocutory.
May we proceed?
By all means.
Looking to expand her knowledge of the wealthy and beautiful Homo sapiens as well as diversify her portfolio, Brownie has decided to become a thespian. We join her now at the local cattle call for our commercial voiceover.
Cattle call? Wait, so I'm a cow now?
I need to buy you a dictionary.
Sorry.
Can I help you?
Oh, time to get this story on the road. Hello, my name is Brownie Two Arms. Where are the cows?
Cows?
Is this the cattle call?
Oh, I get it. Plenty of heifers here, sweetheart. Don't you worry. You got a headshot?
I've got a head horn. You know, an alicorn in the middle of my equine form's forehead? Oh, wait, I shouldn't have said that. Nope, never mind. I am definitely not a shape-changing unicorn special agent sent here to study human females by an extra-dimensional intelligence agency, the motivations for which are currently a mystery.
Great. Another Fruit Loop.
I love breakfast cereal. Follow your nose. It always knows.
Look, honey.
You're gonna need a headshot, a photograph of your face, and a resume.
Oh, that. My agent at Superfacial Model Management sent this with me. Is this what you need?
Yes, a supermodel. Thought I recognized you. You were the one that got naked in that runway show in Milan, wasn't it?
I was wearing pants on my head.
Yep, model all right. I should have known.
What do I do now?
Here's the script sample. Sit down and we'll call you when we are ready.
Thanks. Hello, fellow acting cattle. My name is Brownie Two Arms. I'm a supermodel and hopefully an actor.
Joy de vivre. Pleased to meet you.
Joy de vivre. That's such a pretty name.
Thank you. I chose it myself. My real name is Eustace McGillicuddy. Bah! Can you imagine? I think stage names should reflect the true soul of an actor, don't you?
Yes.
What's your name, dear?
Brownie Two Arms.
Oh, heavens. I thought I'd been saddled with a horrible handle. Girl, you gotta get some good stage name.
It's so hard keeping up with the two that I already have.
Oh, were you married?
No, my real name is... Oh, I can't tell you that. I keep forgetting.
Oh, federal relocation, huh? I had a friend who had to do that. Testified against the mob or something, and I had to go into hiding. At least that's what he told me after I asked him if we could get married.
I'm a human.
That's the spirit, girl. We are all so wonderfully fragile and human. Would you help me rehearse? I'm so nervous, and between you and me, I haven't gotten a gig in 6 months. And that was the understudy for a singing tampon in Blood of the Innocent, a feminine hygiene musical that toured middle schools in the Midwest. It was doomed from the beginning. We were shut down and replaced by another tour group called Abstinence. The fun never starts.
Wow, I've never done anything that interesting. I'm just a supermodel.
I could tell that when you walked in here with all that confidence and the blank hungry expression of the damned.
I'm a human.
So will you help me, Brownie?
Sure. What do I need to do?
I'm going to read and you're going to tell me what you really think. And don't hold back on your constructive criticisms, dear. I can handle all the praise and applause you can dish out on me.
Okay.
Are you someone who likes dildos?
Yes.
No.
Oh, but I really do.
No, dear. I mean, it's just a script. You don't need to answer.
Oh.
Are you someone who likes dildos? Well, come down to dildos, 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 and more dildos and anal beads, LLC outlet store. We got dildos. In solidarity with Target and other businesses, dildos, 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 and more dildos and anal beads, LLC outlet store. So what do you think? Am I coming on too strong? Should I play it a little more coquettish? Are you a person who likes dildos?
I thought it was great.
Okay, sweetheart. Now you go and I'll give you my criticism.
Are you someone who likes dildos? Well, come on down to dildos, dildos, and more dildos and anal beads, LLC outlet store.
Everybody freeze! Nobody move! We're shutting down this operation.
What's going on?
We're shutting down this commercial.
On whose authority?
A government agency, of course. FBI, NRA, SUV. One of those things with an ominous acronyms. Top secret, probably. At any rate, the state has deemed sex toys to be a terrible obscenity and has suddenly decided to enforce a 110-year-old law which states, verily and forsooth, that if thou shalt carve a length of wood into the likeness of a man's fella for the purposes of pleasuring thyself, then woe be unto you and your progeny and stuff, because that's against the law now.
Wait a second. You sound awfully familiar.
Settle down, you. Don't make me arrest you.
Can I see your badge?
Ha! I don't have to do that. You've watched too many of your human television shows.
Human? Hey, wait a minute. That's an awfully suspicious way for a human to speak.
That's just the way the average human authority types talk.
I'm beginning to suspect you aren't whoever or whatever you're claiming to be.
I'm telling you, this is a real bust.
Compliments will get you nowhere, suspicious authority type person, if that is your real name.
Oh my goodness, this is so suspenseful. It's like an old-timey radio drama.
What's going on here?
Curses! So you figured me out, have you, humans? Well, never fear. Your puny minds have only scratched the surface of my Machiavellian schemes. I shall return, and with even more labyrinthine strategies to spoil your feeble attempts to sell sex toys to a consenting adult market. Aha!
What was that?
It was supposed to be a smoke bomb, which would allow me to exit unobserved. I bought it at Ninja Warehouse.
Oh, I would totally ask for my money back.
Oh, I'm gonna. That cost me $25.
For that? I'd be so upset if I was you.
Well, you know what they say. Caviar Emperor, let the buy be wherever.
Nobody says that.
Well, I guess I'll be going now.
Good luck.
Oh, and don't forget, beware the MRA!
What's an MRA?
That's for me to know and for you to find out when I have more time, because I'm going to miss the bus if I don't leave, like, right now. Sorry, next time. Beware!
There was something a little suspicious about that guy.
We get all types.
Whoops! That's my human cell phone, which I use to communicate with my human family and human friends, which I do not keep in my meat pocket, if you'll excuse me.
It takes all types, huh?
I suppose.
Meanwhile, in the hallway bathroom of a casting agency.
This is Agent Princess Sparklefarts, codenamed Brownie Two Arms.
Brownie, this is Director Sir. It has been 2 episodes since your last status report. We need an update on your mission. How are things proceeding?
Something suspicious just happened, sir. I think I just encountered a counter-agent.
Please explain.
Well, I was attending a non-bovine cow interview for human sex toy advertisement as part of my ongoing research into understanding the human female.
Yes, so far this makes perfect sense.
When suddenly we were interrupted by an interrupter, a person who appeared to be a person, but may have, in true fact, not been.
What do you suspect this non-person to have been?
A counter-agent. I recognized suspicious authority-type person's voice as that of the notorious MRA agent, Dick Noggin.
The troll?
None other.
And what makes you suspect this was an MRA agent?
He said he was with the MRA.
I see. This is very troubling. Our adversaries at the malicious rascal agency have been quiet for some time, but some of us suspected they were planning a large operation. This may be it. How did you identify this troll, Dick Noggin?
I subscribe to his podcast, Angry White Email, where he reads angry emails from angry males. They mostly complain about women and feminism. I recognized his voice.
Interesting. Do you think he is out to obstruct feminism or our intelligence gathering on the perfect woman?
Possibly both, sir. He burst into the waiting room just when I was talking about dildos and claimed to be representing an human authority sent there to keep people from selling sex toys.
Are sex toys dangerous?
Not in my experience, sir. I mean, no, not that I've read in a science book.
Then what do you think his motivation was?
Sex toys are often regarded as being obscene by certain conservative human subcultures because they facilitate the pleasure of sex act, which they view as exclusively for reproduction. Women are often stigmatized for deriving pleasure for enjoying sex, and the use of sex toys by women is regarded as both empowering for females and sex positive. I believe Dick Noggin is opposed to all of these things.
Insidious. It appears that this new plot point may turn your fact-finding escapades into something more confrontational in the future. We must prevent the trolls at MRA from destroying the fledgling feminist rights our fellow human females are now flexing.
Are you all right, sir? That was a lot of alliteration.
I'll be okay. Now get back out there and watch out for the trolls. I have a feeling this won't be the last time we see Dick Noggin and his ilk.
Yes, sir.
Tune in next time as our heroine Princess Sparklefarts explores the complexities of human existence and battles inequality. Will Sparklefarts discover the true identity of the suspicious authority-type person? Does this bode mischievous plot devices in the future? Will Brownie Two Arms get a callback for the commercial?
God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it.
Is there possible a musical episode in the future?
A musical?
No, the answer is no. There definitely will be. Find out the answers to the other questions for the next exciting non-musical episode of Princess Sparklefarts!
Thanks for listening to PSF, Promoting Secular Feminism. You can find more episodes on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, on Google Play Music, and if you have a
everywhere
podcast app that you like to use, you can also plug in our RSS feed into the app. That can be found on our website, which is promotingsecularfeminism.com. You can find us on facebook.com/promotingsecularfeminism. On Twitter, we're @secularfeminism. Or if you'd like to contact us, you can email us at promotingsecularfeminism@gmail.com. And if you'd like to support us, you can become a patron by visiting patreon.com/promotingsecularfeminism. And we have all sorts of cool rewards that you can get for donating to the podcast. Or if you can't support us monetarily, you can always give us a 5-star review on iTunes, which will always help us.
You could send me whiskey.
Or
I
you
wouldn't
could
mind
send
that.
Amanda whiskey. She always likes some good whiskey. I'm Miss B. Haven, keeping the nasty cheats out of your stinky peats.
And I'm Demanda Wright. Go get your go, girl. We'll see you next Tuesday.
I was so inspired by that segment, I almost started singing the Coca-Cola song.
We are the world.
No, the Coca-Cola song. You know,
We are
I'd
the
like
world.
to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd like to buy the world a Coke and keep it company.
I had to do that for a medley once. My friends dressed up as Coke cans.
We're old enough to know that.
That's right. That commercial was on like every 15 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, God, you know what to do with my voice.